It's time to take over Brooklyn with another NXT Takeover.
The Dropkick.
Welcome to Night 1 inside the Barklays Center. This is for NXT Takeover Brooklyn. I'm Matthew Kershaw, joined by Carl Sherman.
You know, I wish I was in the Barclays Center because my room is a little less appealing. There's a little less energy here.
Really, it's not full of like 15,000 smarks all chanting shit like, let them back in, and we saw fire.
I'm just imagining 15,000 U's in your favorite Finn Balor shirt, just crushed into my, like, a few meter by few meter room.
Man, have you seen the new Finn Balor shirt? I really want it.
I have not. What is it? Is it the eye?
No, well, I'll talk about it when we talk about the pre-show, your favourite part of these pay-per-views.
I have never and will never, ever watch more wrestling than I have to, so I will never watch the pre-show.
So, first of all, turns out the pre-show isn't actually live.
Good.
They were
Why?
talking about, they're like, oh, you know, all these NXT fans still pouring in the arena, and they were up doing their little talky talk off to the side. At the same time, I was watching a periscope of somebody in the audience who was filming the Divas match that wasn't in the background of the pre-show. So I was like,
Smart.
oh, okay, then I guess it's not live.
Some weird shit.
You destroyed my illusions of you being, I don't know, competent that fucking Byron Saxton is able to be live.
How many takes did it take him to do the pre-show, do you think? How many days in advance did they have to tape it?
Oh, I don't know.
Fuck Byron Saxton, by the way.
There wasn't anything super interesting in the pre-show as usual. They had Neville and Finn Balor arrive in a Jeep, and Neville comes out wearing his new Balor Club shirt. And then Cesaro comes around the corner and walks with them, and I was like, oh my god, is this the Balor Club? Because that would be fucking awesome.
That would be pretty cool.
It was, they said there was about 16,000 fans in attendance, which is cool, because I think they originally said the limit was 13,000.
It was the same night as the New Japan / Ring of Honor thing, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, and I think they had theirs at a baseball place, I don't remember.
Yeah, I heard it was open air, and it wasn't exactly sold out, and it was kind of a bit weird.
Yeah, I saw pictures, and yeah, there wasn't many people there.
Yeah, so badly timed.
Yeah.
Because I imagine anyone going to NXT, a lot of them probably also wanted to go to that.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
They also confirmed that NXT is coming to the UK between the 10th and the 16th of December this year.
Alright. That's a bit later, isn't it? Normally they're in November. They have, like, the WWE over. I think they were last year, weren't they?
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird timing, but hey, NXT's finally coming over.
Yep.
So then NXT Brooklyn started. They had a cool video package summing up all the feuds, and it cut to Triple H in the middle of the ring to open up. My first note is, oh god, it's a 20-minute promo time. But no, he just talked about, like, he just named all of the takeovers. He was like, it started with an evolution, then it was a revolution.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then he was just in complete darkness with the light on him. The lights come up and it shows all the people. There's 15,900 whatever people in the crowds. And it just pans around and he's taking in all the glory of people cheering.
Alright, cool.
It was really cool to see that many people there to watch NXT.
How many are there normally at like the full sale shows?
About 400 to 500.
Alright. That's more than I thought there would be.
Yeah, so this
cool.
is really big. Did you watch the NXTs before this?
I watched 1.5 of them before it.
So
I got distracted.
I'll explain this now. So ever since they announced that there would be NXT Takeover Brooklyn about 4 weeks ago, like in 4 NXT tapings ago or whatever, the Full Sail crowd boo every time the takeover was mentioned.
Right,
by
is
anybody.
that why? Yeah.
Like fucking Bayley and Sasha Banks had a contract signing, and every time they said Brooklyn, everybody booed. Anytime
Right.
like Kevin Owens said Brooklyn, they booed. Anytime William Regal said Brooklyn, they booed. And it's like, fuck you.
Is that why the crowd were cheering Full Sail Sucks
Yes.
in
Now
Brooklyn? Yeah.
that's because on the last tape on the Go Home NXT before the takeover, they were chanting Brooklyn sucks because
Yeah.
Kevin Owens was in the ring cutting a promo about beating Finn Balor, and fucking Kevin Owens just went, "I want to address that," and he basically just shat on the Full Sail crowds. And he was basically like, "You all want NXT to succeed and get bigger, and now that we've sold out a 15,000 person arena, you're booing it." And because
Yeah.
and he was like, "Because you don't get to see it live." Aww.
Yeah,
And then he
he's
started
awesome.
comparing the Full Sail crowd to the John Cenas. He was like, "You are the John Cena of wrestling fans. Nothing genuine comes out of your mouth."
There's no way he planned that, was there?
He probably did.
I mean, yeah, I guess he would know that if they'd been chanting that for weeks. I guess it makes some sense.
It was
Still.
awful.
Do you want to crack on then with the first match?
Yes, the opening match, which surprised me, Jushin Thunder Liger versus Tyler Breeze.
Yep. Had great intros. Well,
Yeah,
one of them was great.
Tyler Breeze came out with his usual catwalk. This time it was like a summer model display, and the people came out dressed as like the Empire State Building
And the Statue of Liberty and shit, yeah.
Yeah, and one was a yellow taxi.
Yeah, I like that one. That was awesome.
Yeah, and then he comes out and he's wearing this bright gold and light brown outfit that made him look like a king. It was really cool.
Yep.
The crowd went nuts for him. Did you hear the cheering?
Yeah, it was I've been like I was never really on board with Breeze, but since like Atami's been out, I feel he's been doing more impressive shit. Or maybe it's just because he's not like losing to Atami.
Yeah.
I guess, but yeah, he's I'm really starting to like him. Really starting to come around on him.
Yeah, I've always liked Tyler Breeze. He's amazing. I love him.
Yeah,
He just
he's
does
a
so
pretty
much
unique.
cool shit. Like, he would just come out with his normal entrance with his phone, and then at one takeover, he debuted the like bejazzled selfie stick, and he's used that ever since.
He's the one person who I don't sigh at when I see a selfie stick.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, he comes down. Crowd love him. Like, it must be insane for those people. Like, not the indie stars like fucking Finn Balor, who's wrestled in Japan in front of thousands of people, but like, I don't know, the biggest audience that some of these people at the show must have wrestled at is like, 500-600 people, and then suddenly being thrown in front of 1,500 people must be insane.
Tyler Breeze is like original NXT, isn't he? i.e. not one of the ones who was famous elsewhere.
He came from FCW and then he came to NXT. It's the same with, I watched the NXT after this takeover, and they basically filmed a bunch of matches before the takeover, and one of them was an 8-man tag match with Enzo and Cass, and I think they're the same, as they have no prior wrestling experience.
Yeah.
And so when, like, to open the show, their music hits and the crowd go fucking ballistic, and they come out and they're just kind of basking in 15,000 people shouting "How you doing" at them. It's amazing to see.
Yeah. I was going to say, I mean, obviously it goes to far wider audience, but you don't get that live reaction, do you, on the network?
Yeah.
So.
Actually, I wonder if they cut certain things out of the network version, mainly for SummerSlam. Sure. But
actually, yeah, it was like 20 minutes shorter than it should have been.
Was it? Yeah, was it?
It was 3:42, I think.
I don't remember
the
how
taped version.
I don't remember how the live version was. Anyway, this is much better than SummerSlam. So,
it is.
Tyler Breeze waiting in the ring, and then Jushin Thunder Liger comes down. First of all, he does not have his awesome anime music.
No, I mean, it was still alright. I didn't know what to I couldn't remember what his theme tune was, but
I wanted him to have the Moyase Moyase, because it's a fucking really cool. If he had that, I would have bumped that up like a full star rating. Anyway, the match is just kind of full of comedy spots. Like, Breeze knocks down Liger, and then he poses in the corner. Liger knocks down Breeze, and then he copies his pose in the corner.
But I thought it would be a bit like, I haven't watched a lot of Japanese wrestling, but isn't Liger like 80?
He's like,
or 60 or something?
50.
Yeah. He can still move. He's not like the Undertaker where you think he's dying before he gets to the ring.
Yeah.
Liger still did some shit in this match.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty good. He did the surfboard stretch and stuff. He teased doing a shooting star press, but of course Breeze knocked him off the top rope.
Yeah.
Because there was no way a 50-year-old man is going to do a surfboard stretch.
Yeah.
At one point, Liger runs and grabs the selfie stick and starts taking selfies with it.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Dumb.
The crowd started laughing at that.
I'm trying to think. How late was? I think Breeze did this a couple of times where he would like, I don't know, get Liger in the corner, then the ref would try to pull him off, and he would just like scream at the top of his voice, "Don't touch me!"
Yeah.
It was maybe my favorite thing.
Oh, I don't know. I think that when Breeze was trying to rip off the mask, I was like legitimately booing him. I was saying, going, "No, don't do that, boo!"
Yeah, that's the time when you remember he's actually a heel.
Yeah, but it's like you don't go for his mask. That's no. I think he wears a second mask under his main mask.
Just in case.
Well, there's videos of him being demasked in wrestling matches, and he has another mask.
Dumb. I've always wondered that about, like, you know, like, especially the divas with their really precarious underwear. It's like, what happens when that shit breaks? Because you know it will do one day, or has already. Like Paige, for example. Paige, like, her clothes always seem like a second away from popping open.
I don't know, but I know the male wrestlers don't wear anything under their, like, tights.
Yeah. Rough times if that happens, like, live during SummerSlam, for example.
Yeah. The crowd start chanting "Liger's gorgeous" at him, which is pretty good. They also break out "Full Sail Suck" chants.
Yeah.
They do it twice. One is just "Full Sail Sucks," "Full Sail Sucks," and the other one is "Full Sail Sucks," "Full Sail Sucks" in the tune of the New Day Sucks thing, which is pretty good.
Yeah, see, I thought they were being assholes, but knowing now about the Full Sail crew chanting out Brooklyn, it makes way more sense.
The Liger goes to the top rope at one point, and he hits a flying nothing into Tyler Breeze's knees as he raises him up. He hits a somersault plancha, though, on the outside to Breeze, and then the finish of the match was he picks Tyler Breeze up for a Liger bomb, gets the 3 counts.
Liger bomb is maybe the best name for a move.
It's pretty good.
It's
Tyler
pretty
Breeze
awesome.
is now 1 win and 4 losses at NXT Takeovers.
Rough, because he's so good as well. But
he is.
It was a good match. I really enjoyed it.
What did you rate it?
I rated it at a 4.
I rated that 3 3/4.
Oh, well, it's basically a 4.
Well, no, it would have been a 4 if they had Mo Yasei.
Fair enough.
I legit mean that. I wanted to hear that music.
Yeah, up next we have a match that surprised me a little bit.
Hang on, before the match, there was the Click were at ringside. They were two-sweeting the camera, and Scott Hall threw his toothpick at the camera, which is really cool. And then they showed a debut video for somebody that sounds and kind of looks a little like Chyna.
What do you mean, like Chyna? Chyna a person?
Chyna, the wrestler, yes.
Never heard of him.
Her.
Oh, is she good?
No.
Alright, great.
Anyway, it turns out it's Nia Jax, who is another Samoan related to The Rock.
Oh, goody. So we'll get some nice Roman Reigns action with her in a bit then.
Yep. God damn it.
Fuck.
Roman Reigns will help her win the 2018 Royal Rumble.
Oh, goody. Good. I can't wait.
Anyway, the next match you said?
Vaudevillains versus Banff. Is that what they're known as? Is that just me?
Blake Murphy Alexa Factor. Yeah, Banff.
Damn right. She's so cool, Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, this match was the NXT Tag Team Championships. First of all, Vaudevillains come out looking amazing.
They're great. They really are. I was excited to see them back, because I haven't watched them in anything. Because they weren't like doing week-to-week stuff. When I last watched NXT.
Over the last 4 weeks, since they became the number 1 contenders after beating Enzo and Cass, I think.
Right.
For basically 3 weeks straight, Alexa Bliss just kept slapping them.
Awesome.
At one point, they were trying to cut a promo at the top of the ramp at Blake and Murphy and Alexa walks out of the ring, comes up to them, slaps them, and starts walking away. and I think Aiden English said something like, "Excuse me, miss, please don't abuse your woman privilege," because they can't hit her back. It was pretty good.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, they come out. They got cheers, which surprised me because I thought people would boo them because they're not Enzo and Cass in the tag team match.
Yeah, they are cool though.
Yeah, they got plenty of cheers. Dude Bro Dubstep Cowboys come out and they get showered with boos, especially Alexa.
Because they're massive assholes. It's
Yeah.
like, well, no, like Alexa's meant to be, but like, I don't know. They still shouldn't have the title, should they? They came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Dicks.
Tell me, Kyle, do you ever wonder why we're here?
No.
You don't get the reference.
Was it the Halo reference?
Yeah, it's red versus blue because Banff were wearing red and the Vaudevillains were wearing blue.
Oh, you go too deep on these things. Like, you can't expect me to know that and remember the lines.
Alexa, of course, was like basically shitting on the Vaudevillains, saying like, "Oh, you've got no backup, you can't do anything," and the Vaudevillains are wearing blue, and I was like, "Oh, I wonder who's coming out," and the crowd start chanting "Blue Pants,"
Fucking dumbest.
and they, point to the entrance ramp. Big Cass is singing hits, and Blue Pants walks down to the ring, cosplaying as a vaudevillain.
The best part about this was when Byron Saxton shouted, "Look, they're matching." I can't remember what Coy Graves said, but it was something like, "Yeah, no fucking shit," or even less swearing. Fucking dumbest.
Yeah, the crowd started chanting Blue Pants City at her as the match began. I have here that Corey Graves was calling somebody a hipster.
I don't remember.
Like he was, I think he said to like Byron Saxton that the vaudeville. I think he said the vaudevillains were hipsters, and I think Byron Saxton called him out on it. He went, "You're calling him a hipster," and he said, "Careful now, I might spill my craft beer," which is pretty good.
There's some good amount of shit talking between Saxton and Graves, but I don't know if Saxton knows it's happening to him.
I'm pretty sure he does.
I don't know. He doesn't like. Sometimes he just doesn't reply when he really should do. Just looks as if he's sulking. I wish you could see his face when it happens.
I don't have many notes for the match here. I just have that they hit a double super power bomb into one of Aiden English's finishes.
Right.
I think Aiden English is on the top rope. The two Dude Bro Cowboys try and superplex him, but Simon Gotch runs in and hits a double power bomb on them. Aiden English hits a senton from the top rope and only gets 2 counts.
Yeah. I have notes, but I can't remember a lot of the context. I've got a word here that looks like framboise. I don't know what that's meant to be. I really need to start writing these down, not in pen and paper.
Frembra?
Framboise. It's Aiden. From above. Sorry. There you go. Aiden got dropped on his ass, didn't he? Like from above, the sort of thrown up and dropped, which is always sick to see. From above their shoulders. Some diving tags. It was that like it was pretty cool. Like it started with a lot of Gotch sort of being badass, didn't it?
Yeah, Gotch was really good. Did you see when he started the match? He did the old timey like put him up pose.
No, I didn't, but
it's really
totally
good.
works.
So Aiden hits the senton and only gets a 2 count because of course we haven't had Alexa and Blue Pants do anything yet.
Yeah.
So cue Alexa comes in the ring to try and slap them. Blue Pants stops her. They have a cat fight, and then the Vaudevillains hit the "That's a Wrap," I think it's called.
Right.
It's like Simon Gotch uppercuts them, and then Aiden English hits a spinning neckbreaker, and they win.
Good.
Basically.
At last. Finally.
Yep.
So does this mean we'll see a lot of them until they get bumped up to the main roster as well? Like a week of them doing shit, and then
no,
ousted?
I don't think either of these teams are going to the main roster anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, I get what would they do with them is the question. They're not doing anything with the Ascension. At least not on a pay-per-view level. Are they getting any matches on like Raw, or are they just SmackDown?
Who?
The Ascension.
No, they're jobbers.
Ugh. It's depressing, isn't it? And you look at someone like the Los Matadors just being like shitty.
Yeah, I mean, they couldn't be called up because, spoilers, the New Day, who are now the tag team champions, are feuding with Team 3D, the Dudley Boys.
Oh, yeah. That's the most exciting news you told me. That was from the Raw after, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What did you give this match?
3.
I gave it a 3-2.
Hey.
I think I was like kind of I don't know, like I was getting a little bit bored at this point, having watched like half an hour of wrestling, which is hard for me nowadays. But this next match really sort of like excited me in a way I hadn't expected. Between Ty Dillinger and Apollo Crews.
Yeah, so I think a week or two ago, Ty Dillinger debuted his new gimmick, which is the Perfect 10.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. He just shouts 10 a lot.
Yeah, like he was super shit back when I was watching it every week. And then, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, that was the first time I saw him again. And he's like, they've transformed him into something that's actually interesting to watch.
Yeah, it's really cool. He comes out and he has the number 10 shaved into the back of his head.
Awesome. Always cool.
Which is cool. So yeah, this is Apollo Crews' debut, who was previously Yuha Nation on the indie scene. I love that he comes out and he's like looking at his name on the Titantron and he shouts, "That's me!" And then he's looking at all the people and he's like, "So many people!"
Weird.
It's really cool.
I missed the intro.
He's so happy to be there. It's great.
Yeah, that's awesome. This is the guy they've been, I think you told me about a few weeks ago when they unveiled that new, like, 20 people they were bringing on.
Mm-hmm.
As one of the real good ones.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah.
At least from what I've seen.
The standout moment, at least quite early on for me, was when Ty Dillinger hits some move or something, and then cartwheels across the ring. And
yeah,
then, like,
he does a really shitty
10.
cartwheel and he throws up the 10 and everybody chants 10. And then Apollo Crews does the same thing, but he does like a cartwheel into a backflip. And then he just starts going, 10, 10, 10, 10.
Yeah, his was actually good, where it was like, I don't know, Dillinger was kind of like something I could do, where it's not really a cartwheel, I'm just like on two hands for a second. It was, it was interesting. I don't know, it made me laugh.
I don't really have many notes for this match, I just have the end of it. Apollo Crews lifts up Ty Dillinger into a gorilla press, and then hits a standing moonsault for the 3 count.
It was, for a pretty, I guess it was kind of like a low-key match, but, Apollo Crews made me think, like, that's a big dude who's, like, more athletic than most wrestlers, and certainly on the main roster. And it's like, then you have someone like Ryback, who I guess is probably the same size, and he's like, I don't know, getting pushed in weird ways, and this is NXT dude who's, like, got everything he has, but can actually move and wrestle. And look cool doing it.
He's a really impressive person that he's that, like, jacked, but can still do flippy shit.
It's exciting, because I was kind of down when they started moving all the decent NXT stars up. But, I mean, look at what they're doing to Ty Dillinger, and they've got, Apollo Crews now, who's awesome to watch.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely trying to build up the people that they have.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they've lost Kevin Owens, they've lost Neville, Sammy's injured, Hideo's injured, Finn's
they've
the champion.
Basically lost the Divas now.
Yeah, they lost the 3 main Divas.
Fuck. We'll talk about that in the SummerSlam podcast, but fuck.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to build up the talent that they have. I mean, they've got, like, Solomon Crow and Samoa Joe.
Cool. He's got cool hair. He can probably wrestle.
And they're actually building up the stars. Like, they have Chad Gable and Jason Jordan, which are a really good tag team now. They have Scott Dawson and somebody else that I've never heard of before.
Yeah.
But they're a tag team
they'll probably
now.
make him do something.
Yeah, I mean, they've got Ty Dillinger with this good gimmick. They debuted Elias Sampson at the taping in Brooklyn. He's got like this weird hipster loner gimmick where he comes out with a guitar.
Fuck, really?
Mm-hmm.
God. Who is the, like, Olympian person?
Chad Gable.
Chad Gable, right. All I remember of him was that weird, like, strangely long video of people making cable jokes
Oh yeah,
when they showed him off.
he's great when Jason Jordan and Chad Gable first became a tag team. Like, well, before that, he kept like approaching him in like the locker room and when they were working out and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was just like, "If you ever need a partner, I'm ready, willing, and Gable." And he would hold
That's
up a
really
cow.
the wrong circumstances to say Gable
Yeah,
when you think about that word and how it sounds. But, why not?
he's amazing.
Yeah, so
What did you rate
next,
this match?
I gave it a 3.
I also gave it a 3.
It wasn't a great match, but it got me excited.
It's a decent debut match to show off like the stuff he's capable of.
Unlike this next match, which
Hang
is
on.
Baron Corbin.
Before that match, there was a William Regal promo where he was announcing a tag team tournament of NXT stars past, present, and future in honor of Dusty Rhodes.
Ah, yeah.
And the cunts in the crowd were chanting "what" every time William Regal spoke.
Well, that's because they're, dicks.
Yep.
Why would you... What? I don't know. I don't understand the rationale of somebody who goes to a wrestling show, so it's pointless me guessing.
Well, I would totally go to a wrestling show.
Yeah, I don't understand your rationale either, so... It's fine. But up next, assuming you don't have any more commentary on the assholes in the crowd...
No.
We have Baron Corbin versus Samoa Joe.
Yes, and before this match, they showed off the Baron Corbin promo, which is played on a few NXTs. What did you think of it?
I don't think I saw it. No, I must have done it, because I saw the Regal bit. I can't remember. I have no notes on it, so it didn't blow me away.
It's basically Baron Corbin talking about how he was played football and he was paid to go to college, and he was like, "I've never heard of these indie stars," and he's like, "Oh, I've never heard of these people," and it cuts to a shot of like Finn Balor and then Solomon Crow and Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens, all the indie stars, and he's just like, "Never heard of any of you."
Well, that's good, because maybe they are actually setting up to be an asshole rather than just somebody who wins for no reason.
Yeah, I mean, his gimmick now is "fuck you, indies," basically.
That's a good gimmick. That's one people can hate.
Mm-hmm.
That's strong. Unlike him.
Well, at least he has presence.
What?
You don't know? Did you not? Come on.
I think... What? It's wrestling, goddammit. I skimmed the surface.
Since he debuted, like for a good month or two, the crowd or the commentators just kept talking about how much presence he had.
Yeah.
Just like, you can't teach that level of presence that Baron Corbin has.
It's weird because he looks constantly somewhat scared and concerned as if someone's going to turn up in the crowd, like the cops, and he's going to have to leg it.
Yeah,
it's pretty worrying.
He comes out to lots of boos. The cameras botch. When he gets into the ring and all the lights go on him.
Yeah.
They cut to the wrong camera, and it was the one on the stage.
It's perfect. Maybe it wasn't a botch. Maybe they had to do that because he gets too nervous. The camera's on him. Maybe he looks it when there's lights hit him in the face.
Yeah. Big pop for Samoa Joe coming out. The crowd start chanting, "Joe's gonna kill you."
Yeah.
Did you see the amazing sign for Samoa Joe?
No, I didn't. What was it?
It was Samoa Joe has an 8 3/4 chance in winning.
Dumb.
Do you have any notes for this actual wrestling?
There was a pretty awesome dropkick early on, sending Corbin over the ropes, which is always something I want to see. Then Corbin was thrown face first into the apron, then the barricade. There was I haven't got a lot for the middle of this. Most of my notes, they start off in the beginning, and then I'm watching the match, and then they sort of happen at the end when things get interesting again.
Mm-hmm.
But Baron Corbin pulled off the shittiest suplex you've ever seen.
Yes, I have that somewhere.
And I only knew it was a suplex because the commentary, called it out.
Yeah.
But just sort of it wasn't even a suplex.
Well, I have Samoa Joe botched doing a roll up. He missed catching Corbin's leg, but managed to get it in. He did a crossface on Corbin, and then when he reached the ropes, he did it into a wrist lock. And then they did the outside stuff, like you said.
Yeah. It was fine. I just felt a bit uninspired, but I think that's just the Corbin effect,
They
to be
had
honest.
they had a cool moment where they were just trading punches for like 5 minutes back and forth.
Yeah, you say cool, I say like the worst. It's like a rest hold. It's just like the most depressing shit.
Yeah.
I
have in my notes no MB, and I don't know what that means.
No MB.
Yeah.
No idea. Some hot wrestling lingo you haven't learned yet.
I have no idea what it means.
Weird. Well, I didn't. Yeah. How did you feel about this? Because I was kind of like dismissive and thinks it's kind of boring.
I thought it was alright. I think it's the best Baron Corbin match I've seen so far. I mean, the finish was Baron Corbin goes for the end of days, and he reverses it into the clutch. Samoa Joe reverses it into the clutch, which is reversed into a double choke slam, and then when Samoa Joe kicks out, he gets Baron Corbin into the clutch, and Baron Corbin passes out.
Good. Excellent. At least he didn't win.
Yeah, if he won, I think Brooklyn would have just like stormed the ring and beat the shit out of him.
Yeah. I gave this a 2 out of 5.
I give it 2 3/4.
Jesus.
I mean, it was alright.
Yeah, but, is alright what you aspire for in wrestling?
Alright is what I aspire for in Baron Corbin matches.
Fair enough. At least it wasn't a Bull Dempsey situation.
Oh man,
so
have you seen the Bull Fit promos?
No.
Oh my god, they're amazing.
I need to get back into watching weekly NXT to keep up with this shit.
You do. They basically had like a mini storyline where William Regal was saying that Bull Dempsey's too fat and that he needs to lose weight, and then they had like an 80s style promo package of him trying to work out. With him like in bright like pink and green sweatbands with like awesome music playing, and he's there running up the stairs and he's getting like tired halfway up and he just collapses on top of the stairs.
That's great.
It's amazing. It's fucking amazing.
I would love to see them transform Bull Dempsey into like, the next Finn Balor or something.
Well, he had a match on the NXT after Brooklyn.
Right.
And for whatever reason, it was alright. That was against Elias Sampson. For whatever reason, I don't understand what they're doing when they're trying to get Bull fit, like the thing behind him getting fit, because it sounds awful lot like bullshit.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's the best the writers could come up with.
I don't understand it, because then the crowd start chanting bullfit at him. And even the commentary team have to point out saying they're chanting bullfit.
Yeah. Maybe that's why. Maybe it was just like a writer's gag. It's the kind of thing I would do in that situation. Up next?
Hang on, after this match, they show in the crowd Ric Flair, Sergeant Slaughter, and for some reason Kana.
I don't know who Kana is.
She's a Japanese diva, or Japanese wrestler.
Alright.
And it's been rumoured that when WWE were in Japan 2 weeks ago, that she signed with WWE.
Alright, so she's a modern wrestler, she's not like an old legend.
Well, she's like 34, I think.
Right.
So she's not exactly young, but I don't know.
Yeah.
She's really good, apparently.
That's cool. I would like to see more divas, because they've like stole all the good ones now.
Yeah. Yeah, anyway, the co-main event, apparently, because that's a thing now.
Well, it is if you're trying to push the women in this way.
Yeah,
but
if
then
you're
also have
going
Finn
to push
Balor
the
be
women,
huge.
then let them show their talent, not have Stephanie McMahon come down and try and take credits.
Well, that's her job, isn't it?
Stephanie McMahon comes down and she's like, oh, thanks to me, the Divas Resolution TM is going strong on the main roster.
I mean, everyone knows Stephanie McMahon's a bitch, so she's only adding to the persona. Really?
I guess, but as far as I'm aware, NXT and the main roster have different kayfabe.
Right.
Like, there's like on the main roster, Sasha isn't friends with Charlotte and Becky, but at the end of this match, they're clearly friends.
Sure. I don't remember how it ends, but whatever. This match started. Bailey's
Hang on,
outfit was pretty cool.
before the match, they showed that amazing promo package.
Yeah, it was alright. It was good.
It was amazing. Sorry, go
I
ahead.
didn't think it was as good as the last Takeover promo. Was that the Sasha Banks one? No,
That was the
sorry,
Sasha
Rebecca
Banks,
Lynch one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely hit me more in a way that I actually wrote it down, unlike this one. Yeah.
Bailey comes out to a nice big pop, which is great. They had the wacky arm waving inflatable tube men there.
What are they going to... They can't do that every week if she went up to the main roster, can they?
Yeah, they could.
I mean, where would you put the inflatable tube men, though?
In the production truck.
I guess, but nobody else has that shit, do they? It's like just Titantron bullshit. Some pyrotechnics. But anyway, yeah.
Sasha comes out in the same Escalade as Balor entered with earlier. But she comes out with 4 puff black, bold black guys that walk her down to the ring and lift her into it. It's really cool.
Yeah. It's really cool.
The start of the match, Sasha starts making fun of Bayley for wearing polka dots in memory of Dusty Rhodes, which is kind of like,
Yeah.
It's like, that's when you realise, yeah, she's a heel. Of course she's doing that. The crowd were really split, like there were Let's Go Bayley and Let's Go Sasha chants.
Yeah. There was a chant going on there with Sasha's, and I didn't catch the next word, and then the other people were chanting, no, she's not. Did you know what that one was?
Sasha's ratchet, no, she's not.
What, am I being dumb, or what does that mean?
I can't remember the exact definition. It's like, it's,
This is some wrestling bullshit.
It's like somebody that's from like the urban city or ghetto who believes that she's super hot.
Alright, well, she is super hot, so fuck them. I'm trying to just skim through these moves, trying to pick out some good bits. It was pretty good.
It was a very good match. I mean, there were lots of cool moments where Bayley hit a springboard elbow on Sasha, who was in the Tree of Woe position.
Yeah.
She hits that cool drop kick through the ropes. She scouted the knees in the corner because she kept reversing it or getting out of it. Sasha ends up having to hit a top rope knee drop onto Bayley's gut.
Yeah. There's only there's like a couple of really good bits toward the end. I don't know if there's anything else you want to cover before then.
There was a part where Sasha started getting really frustrated, and so she rips off the cast on Bayley's arm and tries to break her arm by putting it in the steps. That's what I was going to point out.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Was that before? That was before she started stomping on her hand, right? When she was trying to go for the rope.
Yeah. She rips off the cast, tries to break her arm. The referee's like doing the count, but he's like leaning in the ropes to try and look out at her. And Sasha just flips over the referee onto Bayley outside, which is really cool.
It's really great because that's the kind of wrestling where it's like they're telling a story in the ring, not in like promos in between it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, the story in this ring, they told in the ring, was amazing.
That's what makes this match so much better. Like, some of the, I don't know, the wrestling wasn't amazing, I didn't think. I think she's had better matches with Charlotte, but...
I mean, I really enjoyed this match, especially the storytelling inside the ring, where it's like, Bayley's this plucky underdog who's never won the title, and she's been left out of the 4 horsewomen moving up to the main roster. Sasha just thinks that she's a kid that's never going to win, and she's like trash talking her and making fun of her. Tries to break her arm, and then when she gets her in the bank statement later, like she's expecting Bayley to tap, Bayley goes to the ropes and she starts crushing her hand with her feet.
Yeah.
And there was lots of like surprising moments like that bit there. And then Bayley managed to reverse it into her own crossface, which is really cool. But Sasha makes it to the ropes.
Well, you can be safe in the knowledge this is the last time you're going to see Sasha Banks tell a story in the ring. Because there's no way she's coming back down to NXT at any point, is there?
She has a rematch clause.
Right.
So she'll
I thought after
probably
this would
fight
be the
Bayley
perfect
again.
way of getting them out, keeping
I
them
guess,
away
but
from the stuff.
even when Charlotte lost the title, she still had her rematch against Sasha.
Yeah, but was she? They weren't fully ensconced in like the Raw stuff by then, were they?
No, this was much later, but I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, they do the reverse thing. She hits the Bayley to belly only for 2 counts.
Yeah.
Um, She goes to hit a top rope Hurricane Rana, and Sasha throws her off, and she lands straight on her head, which looked really painful. Yeah, she hits this weird like jumping thing, but Bayley kicks out. The finish of the match is Sasha's on the top rope. Bayley hits like a reverse Frankensteiner, knocking
Sure.
Sasha straight onto her head, and then hits the Bayley to belly for the 3 count.
Yeah.
It was an
good.
amazing finish. I was sat there going, "Holy shit!"
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, so Bayley wins. The crowd go ballistic. Charlotte and Becky Lynch run down and start hugging her. Then Sasha comes in the ring, and then all 4 of them hug, and they have a curtain call moment.
Weird.
I loved
Weird.
it. It was great. They throw up the 4 horsewomen inside as well. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. I rated this at a 4 out of 5. I thought it was real good.
Really, I give it 4 3/4 out of 5.
Yeah. See, I don't. Yeah.
You
I
don't
wouldn't
like
have gone
Bayley.
as far as some of the other. I didn't think it was as good as some of the other Diva matches. I do think Bayley is like not as good as Charlotte, say.
I
But
mean,
it
if you
was
had to
good.
rate the 4 horsemen, what would you do?
What in order of which one's better?
Yeah.
I think it would have to be Sasha, Charlotte, Lynch, and then what's her name?
Bayley.
Yeah.
I
Although
would probably. I'd
Rebecca,
probably do the
Becky
same.
Lynch's matches were real good though. Like when she came out with that steampunk get up.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably do Sasha, Becky, Charlotte, Bayley.
Yeah. Yeah. I like Charlotte's theme tune more, so maybe I'm being a bit biased there. Because I do have that on my phone now. But
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all really good. Real good. Bums me out to think that, they're all going to be now wasted. I'm only going to see them once a month when they do some shit match with like 4 other people.
Yeah, like the match after Takeover where it was Charlotte, Becky, Evil Emma, and Dana Brooke in a fatal 4-way for the number 1 contenders. And that match was botched, by the way. The wrong person won.
Yes, I remember you telling me. It's so fucking weird.
Do you
I need to
want
go
me
back
to
and
tell you
watch
who
that.
won?
Do you want to spoil it here or not?
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's up to you then. Go ahead.
Charlotte's in the corner, and so is Becky Lynch. Emma hits the weird Emma Mite sandwich on Charlotte, runs across the ring, hits it on Becky, and then pins Becky.
Weird.
Somebody was supposed to break it up. I don't know if it was Dana Brooke or if it was Charlotte, but somebody didn't get up in time.
Yeah.
So now Emma's the number 1 contender for Bayley's title.
I mean, that makes more sense, because it's like Charlotte's not going to be around all that time, theoretically.
Well, apparently Charlotte was supposed to win it, from what everybody's saying.
I wonder why, though. What's the point of that? At least Emma's in NXT.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
at least
fully.
it wasn't Dana Brooke. Emma's supposedly a good wrestler, so...
Yeah, that fucking Emma Bayley match, dude. Will never live it down in my mind. Some rough shit. But anyway,
should we move
the
on
main
to
event?
the main event? Yes. Finn Balor versus Kevin Owens for the NXT Championship in a ladder match.
I don't think we ever discussed the Beast in the East match on air, did we?
No, we didn't. We didn't cover that.
If I remember correctly, that was like a fucking awesome match.
It was an amazing match, yeah.
Yeah, I think I gave that one a 5, but we didn't do a podcast on it.
I think I gave it like 4 3/4.
Yeah. Another great Balor entrance.
Yeah, first of all, Kevin Owens comes down, and originally I thought Kevin Owens would have his own war paint on. Because he was talking about how he's going to bring it to Finn Balor, and that Japan was a fluke and stuff.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen. Yeah, Finn Balor comes down, and, well, his entrance, there were multiple demons, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, popping up in the different areas to the smoke.
Yeah. He seems to, like, I like the idea of the demons taking over him. Like, apparently he was a really good heel when he was in Japan, where he would basically just shout "fuck" all the time because you're allowed to do that in Japan.
Yeah.
And he would come down to the ring riding on somebody's shoulders because he
Dumb.
was like Prince Devitt and he wouldn't touch the ground and stuff like that.
Fair enough.
And apparently he's a really good heel. So I hope that he's the one injured Hideo.
Oh, that would be like the weirdest turn.
Well, that would be like the whole thing is like every time he puts on the paint, he's like channeling into this evil side of him. And if it was like, yeah, the demon took over him and made him take out Hideo in order to reduce the competition in that match for the championship.
That would make more sense than Owens, which is who they kind of framed it as, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean Owens has said, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
So I think it will be Finn, because I would love every time he puts on the paint, there's more and more of it. Like at one point there was like hands crawling out of his knee pads up his legs, like hands trying to the demon trying to escape him and stuff. It'd be really cool if they did that sort of thing.
Yeah, the one problem is he always rips off the same corner every time. I assume when he takes his hair off, from his forehead. I've noticed it every time he's come out. How did this start then? How did this start?
Well, first of all, when Finn gets into the ring, the lights come on, and it cuts to Kevin Owens just sat back in one of the commentators' chairs, like, not caring, which was great. For whatever reason, Balor came down with the title, so as they go to raise it, somebody in the crowd threw a streamer, and they get kicked out.
Dumb.
The crowd start chanting, let him stay, as the security are dragging him out.
Are they not allowed then, are they, the streamers?
No, nobody's allowed them.
Oh, that's dumb. But again, I don't know. It was really cool in the Beast in the East when they had all the streamers.
Yeah, but that's like Japan's culture that they do that, not in America.
Yeah, I guess. Well, they should stop them chanting bullshit then, shouldn't they? Like, that's more destructive than streamers.
I guess, but if they throw streamers in, then they have to spend time clearing them out.
I would rather they did that than spend time, like, fucking wrestling, to be honest. Maybe not in this match.
Yeah, The match begins and Kevin Owens is just kind of trying to escape to get the ladder and Finn Balor keeps stopping him.
Oh yeah, I forgot this was a ladder match. Was it really Finn Balor's first ladder match or just the first one in NXT?
First one in NXT, same with Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
The crowd start chanting, put the screen on. I guess the screen above the ring died at some point.
Dumb.
And as they're fighting, the crowd start chanting Olay when Kevin Owens has the offense. And so Kevin Owens throws his shoulder up and starts holding it like Sami Zayn. And the crowd start laughing. Great. It was really good.
It's the same thing as the Sasha, isn't it? It's like he's such a good asshole because he just does it on a fly.
Yeah. The commentary team start putting over that they're running overtime, and if this wasn't on the network, then the match would be cut short.
Yeah.
Because they were a good 20 minutes overtime by this point.
It says a lot that I didn't even notice how long this went on. It was so fucking good.
It was pretty good, yeah. When they start getting the ladder offense, there's a great moment where the ladder's pressed up against Finn on the outside. Kevin Owens goes and takes a running start at him and then slows down and just hits him with a punch.
Yeah, he fucking does all that setup as well, getting him in position, and then just pop straight in the jaw. It was the best. It was the best.
They brawl in the crowd for a bit, and there's a point where Kevin Owens hits a dropkick off the announcer's table into Owens, who's holding the ladder, and the ladder lands on top of Finn.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. Plenty of ladder-based offense, because of course they've got to do that. At one point, I think it's... Who's the guy between Corey Graves and...
I can't remember his name.
Is it Rich Swanson or something like that?
Sure, I don't remember. I think it may be Rich, I don't know the second name.
Okay, Rich, he says, Owens is looking to use the weapon as a ladder.
He's never going to make it to the main roster commentary. The
commentary team starts shitting on him for that, which is pretty good.
Am I being ridiculous, or do they have different ladders in NXT?
Yes, it was a different ladder. It was black and white.
It was awesome.
NXT Brooklyn. Yeah, it looked really nice, actually.
It was cool.
Not as good as what was Stardust ladder called.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't remember what it was, but something like the Cosmic Ladder of Dreams or some shit. Something equally flamboyant.
Yeah, plenty of ladder offense. Owens hits a senton from the top rope. Or I don't think it's on the top rope actually. Either way, he lands on Finn Balor with a senton. Finn drops Owens onto a ladder sideways with a back body drop.
Yeah.
He hits the cannonball. There's a coup de grace.
The pop-up powerbomb on the apron is still cool to see.
Yeah, so to finish off the match, Owens hits the pop-up powerbomb onto Finn on the outside of the ring, like onto the side of the apron, and they're both kind of just out of it.
Yeah.
But it's like that move took out like Sami Zayn and Adrian Neville, and even
It's
John
really
Cena.
cool. It's like one of the few moves that actually look as if they're doing harm.
Yeah, but
whereas so many wrestling moves don't.
It's taken out people like Alex Riley and Neville and Sami Zayn who've had to be like stretched out afterwards, and then Finn just kind of jumps to his feet afterwards.
Well, he's got the demon in him. Demons don't have bones to break.
I guess that's John Cena also did the same thing where he gets the pop-up powerbomb and then he just walks out of the ring.
The difference is Finn Balor's okay because he's good.
Yeah. I keep forgetting the names here. Owens hits a super kick onto Finn, and then the crowd start chanting Young Bucks, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, it was a really good kick. Looks painful.
The closing moments is they're both on top of the ladder, and Kevin Owens goes to tease, hitting a fisherman suplex off the top of a ladder onto a ladder that's leaning between the turnbuckle and the ladder they're standing on.
Yeah.
Finn Balor reverses it into like a headbutt and knocks Owens down onto the ladder. His head like smashes one of the rings on it. Finn Balor goes to reach for the title and he can't grab it, so then he hits the coup de grace off the top of the ladder onto Owens, drags the ladder into place, climbs up and pulls down the title.
That was really awesome to see the coup de grace from that high up.
Yeah.
I imagine it was not easy to take that, to be honest. To take his full weight.
I still don't like the coup de grace as a finishing move.
It can sometimes look a bit janky, in like a weird video game way where they don't quite line up well, but I thought it looked real good there.
I would much prefer him to have the what's the Bloody Sunday? There we go.
Was that his Japan one?
That was his Japan one. He did it in the Beast in the East special as well, and it looked fucking awesome.
Yeah. I gave this a 4 out of 5. Thought it was real good.
I also gave it a 4 out of 5. It wasn't as good as the Divas match.
No, I mean, it's fucking Kevin Owens. He's great.
Yeah.
Like Sasha Banks, he's just great to watch.
It's Finn Balor, he's great.
He is. He is really good. Didn't know if you know that.
Oh, I know that. That's why I bought his shirt. I'm probably going to buy the Balor Club shirt as well.
How far away is Itami from being back, do we think?
I think he was supposed to be out for 3 to 6 months.
Right. He's been out. He must have been 3 months now, because he wasn't in the last takeover. He was meant to be in that three-way between Tyler Breeze.
Yes.
And Finn Balor.
Do
you think it's going to be him versus like Finn Balor when he gets back, and then he wins and Finn Balor goes up to main roster?
I think that's the best thing to do.
Seems smart. Seems the way to go.
Like, I don't know if Hideo's back in time for the take. Oh, that's right. There's going to be an NXT Takeover in the UK.
Yeah, we said at the beginning.
December. Well, I just said they were coming to the UK. They announced later that there's going to be a takeover as well.
Ah, yeah.
But there's one in October, I believe.
Really? That's weird.
Yep. There's a takeover in October and there's a takeover in December.
It's not weird in a bad way. It's just weird that it's so soon. Because it's been like every 3 months at the minute, hasn't it? But
yeah.
Yeah, still. It was good. Any closing thoughts?
The Divas match should have gone on last. Again.
Yeah, will they ever do that though? Ever? Can the WWE ever admit that?
I think NXT will. WWE, like Raw and SmackDown, won't. But it's like, obviously the ladder match had to close because it's a ladder match. And it's, the main champion against Kevin Owens. But it's like, that Divas match could have ended with, 4 horsewomen all in the ring together. They throw up the 4, then it cuts to black.
Would have been awesome. Would have been a legendary moment, I suspect. Classical. Yeah. Classical. Still bums me out to think fucking SummerSlam, dude. But that'll be on the next podcast.
That's right. SummerSlam is the next podcast. Get ready to enjoy that. 4 hours of quality content.
Oh. Actually, it went far faster than I thought it would. But maybe that's just looking back at the time.
It went fast for me because I missed most of the matches.
That's probably the way to go. Will that do us?
Yes, that will do us. Join us for SummerSlam next.
Episode 14.